These two Emerson fans might look familiar to some people. These two Emerson fans came from Martell's at the Jenkinson's Boardwalk in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. Now this was a somewhat famous install at Martell's. There's a handful of collectors that know about it. And now I have these two installed in my garage. So how did I get these? And how did I get even more of them? And there's more than just these four even. We rescued about half of what was in Martell's. These have been installed there for just over 20 years. And it was finally time that they replaced them. So keep watching the video to see the story of how we rescued these things. And here you go.
Welcome back to the Martell's Monterey saga. So this is the first fan that we have installed here, and we already ran into a ton of problems. I expected some, but this was kind of crazy. So when we first powered this fan on, it completely tripped the breaker. I don't have a video of that, but it did happen. And once we separated the light wire and only connected the fan, that worked. So we took the light kit, put it through the testing cord. We found that pretty much every single bulb was burnt out. The ones that are in here now, we found 4 working ones, but out of the 4 fans that use this certain type of bulb, which I'll explain later, so out of 16 total, only 4 worked with a mix of incandescent and LED.
Managed to muster up 4 working bulbs.
Before I show the light, we can show some of the corrosion.
These blade arms are extremely corroded.
What's interesting though is that for the most part the motor isn't. This is brushed steel and most of it is totally fine. The inside of the light kit is quite rusted on one side, but the outer part of it is also pretty good. And I thought there was no light chain, but it turns out that they cut it so short that there was only like half a bead showing through. Yeah, this is what's on it.
The chain would not come through that.
Yeah. So, but once you take it off, it's fine. That's only decorative. But
and we shot some WD-40 into the pull chain switches because they were very rough.
Yes, this did not come with it. I just added it because it would clank against the light.
And the reverse switch is completely locked up. You cannot.
You can't reverse it right now.
We tried it, but it just wouldn't move.
So has the lovely 3-way light switch. So first pull is these 2, and then these 2 over here. And then third pull, it's all 4. Interesting to note that these don't really give off that much light at all. Like if it looks brighter on camera, but in real life it doesn't.
Not much
seem
light.
Like it's giving off much light at all.
Not much light output on this. I guess we'll go ahead and start it off on low.
Yeah.
It arcs when you pull it past medium speed. I really don't know why.
There's a lot of rust inside the switch cup that has all the stuff in it, so it's.
I mean, everything is just, everything's just so corroded on this thing.
Everything's just a mess, basically. But as of right now, it works.
And the amazing part is the bearings are silent.
Yep. Despite being hung partially outside for over 20 years, being run every single summer, no bearing noise. I guess that goes to show the kind of bearings Emerson was using. And you can probably see one of the blades is bent down. I think it's the plastic itself that's bent. And that could have happened when I transported this in the car, because this is the one that I fit fully assembled in the car. So there's that. And this is, the ones I got were from the back of Martell's, and they were either on this speed or medium. I don't remember any of them being on high speed. The ones in the front are usually on high speed though.
It's like you just happen to be there at the perfect moment.
Oh yeah.
And then that you just found them. They're being taken down.
By the time this video comes out, there should be a full like documentation video on how I got these. It's probably the winner for the coolest story ever of how I've gotten fans that I've cared about. We got a medium. So now this fan developed a new theory, which is that since the light was causing the entire fan to trip the breaker, I think all of the fans that were in the back half of Martell's were on the same circuit. So that means that if one fan tripped the breaker, then none of them would work, lights or fan.
That could very well be the whole reason they replaced all of them.
So the reason why they could have just replaced them out of nowhere, other than them just being old, is that if they try to use them and none of them turn on, and they're like, well, we don't want to check every single fan to see which one works and which one doesn't, then it's like just replace all of them. And that's exactly what they did.
So I have one theory of why the breaker might have tripped. So this is the, or I'm gonna show it on the floors because it's easier.
Okay.
That right there is the base that's separated from the rest of the bulb. And I think those little hot and neutral things right here may have crossed when the light bulb separated and touched. I think that's why the breaker tripped. That's the only thing I can possibly think of. Because when we removed the light kit from this fan, it worked normally, like when we only were using like one bulb, so.
I also forgot to mention there was a enormous dead bug inside of this switch housing, which is really impressive because most of it is like sealed up. So it must have kind of gone in between this like crack between the blade and the switch housing and crawled in one of the holes you use to like tighten the blades. Oh, and I also didn't mention I'm using a standard 3-inch, or it's either 3 or 3.5 inch Emerson down rod because it came with this gigantic thing. It's about 2 feet long.
That wouldn't fit very well in here.
No, be closer to the floor.
And here it's high speed and it shakes a little bit.
Yeah. So only 4 of these came with mounting brackets, but I just so happened to have an extra one, and then I bought a really cheap and crappy Emerson fan the other day, like solely for the parts, because that's my wood. So I got a mounting bracket from that, but as you can see, the canopy isn't up because I don't have all the like threaded screws or whatever. It's not really a screw, but I can't remember the name of it. So those can't go up for right now, but I'm gonna take a trip to the hardware store. How's this look with? I think I just still can't get over this though. Despite how terrible of shape these are in, I think it's just awesome. And these fans have a really big spinner motor in it, so it's actually performing really well, like just under a stack motor fan.
I still can't believe the bearings are quiet.
Yeah, they're dead silent.
I mean, I would have expected them to be screeching like crazy.
Well, one of them might have bad bearings, we don't know yet.
But it held up after all these years.
Yeah. Let's do spin down. Yeah, medium speed arcs, so I'm not sure what's up with that.
The blades are heavy and the bearings are good, so it might take a while to spin down.
So, if you weren't already aware, and I will give priority to anyone who has been to the Point Pleasant Beach Boardwalk, also known as Jenkinson's. If you have been there and you have seen these fans and you want to buy one from me, then you can, because I do not have use for 6 of them. I would like to keep 4, but I am willing to sell 2, especially if someone has been there and has wanted one of these fans.
and we are about to go take a trip to the place where this was installed. This is about a week after he rescued these, so
Yeah,
we're about to go take a trip there, and I will show at the end of this video what they currently have there.
Because I left too early to know if they ended up replacing all the fans in the whole building or not.
Maybe the ones in the back and the front were on two different circuits.
I think
that's kind of,
they are. I think they were.
Yeah, that would be better, because if this one was causing a handful of them not to work, they replaced those, but the other ones still work. Maybe they left those ones. So who really knows? We'll find out very soon.
Even with the new fans, I still think the install is amazing, because I love how the building looks, and I always have. Because they have a ton of track lighting in there, and they have a bunch of neon signs for, like beer companies and stuff like that, like real neon. It's really awesome.
It's not just like fake LED stuff.
No, it's not fake, because they've had those all the way back since the 2000s. Did I ever say this is from January of 2003?
I do not remember.
I don't either. If I didn't, then
there you go.
That's what it is. The date code is ADA. And basically, if you don't know how to date these, it's the opposite of Casablanca, where instead of it going month, year, it goes year, month. Where the numbers either align to months or numbers. So A is 0. It doesn't start with 1, so it's a 0. Yeah, spin down is taking a long time. Wow.
Usually with these plastic blades, they're just that much heavier and there's that much momentum.
And the only reason why these weren't replaced probably like 15 years sooner was because of these plastic blades. If these were wood like they normally came with, they would have just drooped and disintegrated.
They would have been gone.
Alright, fuck this. Thanks for watching, guys.
The land of dreams, Martell's. We came back because we wanted to see if all the fans are replaced, but not all of them are. It is an absolute zoo at the Boardwalk today, so hopefully we'll just blend in. They wouldn't even realize we're recording. But front fans are still there, so let's go in so you can see the full install.
So these were all the replacements right here. There's 6 here, there's 2 more over here, and there are a couple more down there.
What's interesting is that over here they still kept these 2.
You can see they still kept these 2 even though they replaced all of these. There's a lobster house right there. There's a bunch of
I think the ones, 6 that I got were these 4 here, and then these 2 back here, which I almost forgot about they even had any. And they have Emerson Monterey on the back there.
angled up. There is very loose. Looks like the set screw is not tight.
This is the one that has the loose set screw, so it wobbles really weird.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wobbling quite a bit. There is at an angle. That one right there is at an angle because it is leaning against the door track. There they are. Matt just gave the manager his number, so that way.
I couldn't find the manager. We were waiting here for so long because Matt was waiting like 30 minutes for Pepsi. And he just spawned out of nowhere. So I my name now. We'll see what comes of it. I won't get our hopes too high, but if these do get replaced, then I should be on the waiting list.
So it looks like these will be more fans saved whenever they're replaced. So that's that. All right, so about a month later, here we are at the Boardwalk, and we just rescued 4 more Montereys. We got one here, and we got one right there. These are 2. We're gonna go back for the other 2, but we are currently walking back to the car right now.
It's hot as balls.
I am sweating so bad right now. It's got to be like 90 out here right now. But
get a shot of this. What's up, bosses?
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's all for now. All right, we're currently walking to the car. I got one right here, and he's got the other one. After what appears to be almost a 2-mile walk.
Dude, look at my hands. It's all rust.
Rust
I didn't take my
over.
shirt off because I didn't want to get full of rust.
But we're finally back to the car after what seems like almost a 2-mile walk. This is crazy. But yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna take apart an Emerson fan on the side of the road in front of somebody's house. So there's a set screw here that holds the down rod in. This one's really loose, so I can just untighten it by hand. Normally you'd have to use a screwdriver. That's out of there. Then there's this cotter pin here. Pull the pin out. Slide this out. And now, little down rod comes out. Next, I'm gonna flip this upside down. Hello. Shenanigans.
You guys having fun with a ceiling fan?
Yeah, you know where these were?
In the dumpster, probably?
Yes, but you know Martell's?
Uh-huh.
And there, these were in there.
Oh, okay.
So it's like-
they probably still work.
They do.
Yeah, we rescued about 10 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you go. You have a good day.
Yeah, you too. All right.
Alrighty then.
There's 3 screws here. These are all pretty rusted, so hopefully they don't give us too much trouble.
Do you just want to take them off at the arms, or do you want to take them off?
No,
there?
I'd rather do this. Oh, okay. Don't
The
lose that.
mailman just came by.
Oh, there's no screw in that one. Okay.
Okay. The third one then. Somewhere.
Yep. Oh, that one's almost out too. I wonder how many of these light bulbs are gonna work.
Like 2.
Okay, we have to keep track of these screws, but for right now they're there. So then that comes out. I'm glad I brought painter's tape to keep track of what is what. And then there's this little pin holding it in. As long as you, it's hard, the current
Yeah,
setup.
just squeeze this and then pull it out.
Yeah.
There you
There
go.
you go. So now this is out, and then you can get access to the holes from here to take these out. These are actually all pretty loose, so that's good.
As you can see, it's pretty corroded on these blade arms.
Yeah, everything's pretty rusted.
So in case anyone's wondering, at the last clip I showed when we were at Martell's, Matt gave the manager his phone number.
There you go.
But this is all coincidence. The manager did not call him. We just were there and they were taking fans down. So
Well, they had already taken these off.
yeah, these were already taken down. They were about to get
They were in a pile of stuff to get taken to the dump.
so it's just it's a good thing we're here now because the manager was not going to call him.
Well, you never know, but most likely, yeah. I don't blame him though. I'd never. I can't ever blame people for not taking part in whatever the hell this is.
Ceiling fan shenanigans.
Literally, yeah. There's so much rust in all of these. These were right next to saltwater air for like, if these are from 2003, like most of them are, for 21 years.
And they were all still working. It's just
Yep.
like, I guess they were just getting old.
Well, actually,
and
one of them didn't, supposedly, because the light bulb came loose
Yeah,
and
well,
it tripped the breaker.
other than that, they were all working.
Yeah, the fans themselves still work fine. Emerson products from this era just like never die.
They
it seems.
never die.
The only thing that could seemingly go out is the capacitor, but none of these have. Looks like I have freaking Cheeto dust all over my hands.
These are quite dirty.
All right.
How are the bearings in this one? They seem decent. Although,
These got to get cleaned anyways. 'cause
yeah,
that's-
we're gonna take these apart and clean them and everything.
Yeah, okay, so that's fan one done.
And now we're gonna move on to the second one over there.
All right, I need painter's tape.
All right, we finally came back to where all the fans were dumped, and we were rescuing the other 2. So you see Matt's doing that one right here. I'm doing this one.
There are dirt clip-ins in my fans.
These are so disgusting. These are like sitting out here for a long time. Like there's just dirt and vegetation like everywhere on these. These need a serious cleaning. But yeah, this is the phase that we're at right now. All right, so we got all of them loaded. So today's rescue was 4 total. So we now have 10 from Martell's, which is absolutely incredible. There's 2 in there, and there's 2 over here. So yeah, that's the next update. If I get a text from the guy that brought us over here for these 4, then there's 3 left in the restaurant. So we have 10 total now, and hopefully 10 turns into 13. So fingers crossed. And in case anyone's wondering, the current status of the Martell's fans, there is only 3 left. There's one right above us here, and there's those 2 over there. So those will probably be taken down in the next couple days, I'd imagine. And these there's only 2 left with the mesh spotlights. So I'm gonna do everything I can to rescue these 2 because we don't have any with the mesh lights. So I'll be watching this place like a hawk until these are gone. All right, update. It's about a week later. I'm back at the Boardwalk area. And look what I just found. I am by myself today. What the hell happened to the blades for this one? They must be missing. Alright, well, I gotta search all over creation for these blades, but yeah, look at that. All 3 fans are present. Alright, I just moved the fans from there to over here, and now I'm about to disassemble these things and get them loaded in the car. So about the blades for this one, I called the guy and he said he threw them away because they broke. But then he says he has new ones. So I'm about to go to Martell's after I load these up, and I'm gonna find out exactly what the blade situation is. So I'm gonna meet him in Martell's very shortly. All right, we're all loaded up. This one got crushed. That light there got crushed, but I'll straighten that out. All right, I gotta get out of here. I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. All right, I just left Martell's. The guy had like a stock of spare blades that he ordered for these fans like years ago. And now that they're replaced, he just gave me all these spare blades. There's 7 total. So there you go. All right, at Martell's again. Just figured I'd show her around real quick. There are no more Emerson Montereys left. So the one with the mesh light that I got was right there. And then the other one that we saved with the mesh light was right here above the TV. But they took that one down and not replacing it. You can actually see where the electrical box was for it. A few more. And these were the replacements of a few more that were saved.
I know. Why should we have after we play?
All right, there you have it. So in total, 13 were saved. 13 out of, I don't even know how many there were. There were probably like 20 something. But yeah, we saved 13. And there you have it. That was the epic Emerson Monterey rescue from Martell's.